Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. We've been away for a few weeks, but we're back. Yay.
It's time for Trigger Warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake! Triggerwarning.tv.
Apparently I have to have more energy. Hey, welcome to Trigger Warning. We're back. We've been away with Live Leak upgrades and illnesses, and we've all died 3 times. But we're back now, and we're going to talk about lots of cool things tonight, including Count Dankula and the whole thing to do with that. We're going to be talking a bit about Brexit, the Texas bomber. Just a little bit about that. I don't want to go into the whole thing, and I'm not going to name him because, I don't usually do that with things like this. And about the British police and how they're a little bit careless. I'm joined tonight on his deathbed by Mr. Showbiz Graham Booth. And not on his deathbed, in fact, glowing, bursting with rude health, our Cherry.
How do? You okay?
I'm just fucking dandy. I am exhausted. I had 1 hour's sleep last night. I am fucking dead. We've all been ill. Graham's still horrendously ill. So ill he couldn't even do Game Face tonight.
Yeah, I was sat there. I was on time. I got only prep up and I was I'm not doing it. No.
It's true. It's true. We got all you guys in Troll Central. Good evening. Nice to see you all. Someone just said Brexit again. I know, but it's still going on. I don't know where you're at with it, but yes. Who we got? We've got Mark Wilde. Hello, so we got Bran. Bran's in there. Hello, Bran. Fat Belly. That's nice. And Zap. I think he's foreign, so we won't talk to him. New people I don't recognise. Mark Cresser says they look like a pair of puffs. His gaydar's firing on all 6 cylinders there, isn't it? I think Mark Cress wants your cock, boys. He wants to run his tongue gently around the rim of your helmets.
It's mutual.
Don't you, Mark Cress? You up for a bit of that, yeah? It's all right, I understand. Hello to all you good people on Facebook who we'll talk to soon when Graham's laptop starts working. Hope you're enjoying it. And people watching the Emergency Shady broadcast on YouTube or triggerwarning.tv/live. And we'll also talk to you guys when Graham's laptop's working. But I can see Troll Central. Remember, at any time during the show, you can get in touch. If you want to email us, it's live at triggerwarning.tv, at triggeredtv on Twitter. And if you can Skype in later, no, don't Skype now, we won't answer. But if you'd like to battle the hideous digital noise and hissing, and that sounds like a bag full of angry cats, you can Skype in using the same address. It's live at triggerwarning.tv on the Skype, and it's on Facebook as well, places, shit like that. I'm spent now.
It was a good show, man. I enjoyed it.
I think that was a cracker. That was the best one yet.
It's a good little check-in.
Literally, just tried to raise it up a bit.
Yeah.
Used it all up.
Well done.
TNG3B, Namaste. Don't know what that means, but Namaste, I've heard it before. What does it mean, Graham? You'll know what that means. You're a fucking kale-eating libtard.
It's just like another way of saying hello. But I think it can be goodbye as well.
What fucking language is that?
It's Indian. I think it's Hindi.
Is it?
Namaste. Yeah.
People don't say that to me in real life. I don't.
No. There you go. God, we're just beaming tonight, aren't we?
I went all right wing on the podcast, didn't I?
Yeah,
podcast.
You did. I think
Felt good.
There's a weird thing in America though. It's been Namaste has been sort of taken in America quite a bit.
Has it?
It's fairly common. Yeah, most people would understand what it means, whether they know it from experience.
I speak English.
Movies or
Do you know why? Finest language in the world.
Yeah. But they know it in the same way that they know au revoir or bonjour or something like that.
What does that mean?
Like a greeting or something.
Yeah, they just know it.
That's dreadful fucking left-hard scum I have to fucking deal with. Jesus. Lol Banana Fuck says, Cherry, you disgusting bastard, cover up those poxed tattoos. Poxed.
Poxed.
Poxed. Is that another word?
Yes,
Graham? What does poxed mean? You're down with the kids.
I don't know about poxed, man. I'm not. Is it botched? Is
I'm a lot older than people think I am, so I had these done when they were cool.
All I have is context on that.
Right.
Facebook's on, by the way.
Way. How are we looking on Facebook, Graham?
Nobody's commented yet, and there's not more hearts than likes this week, so I'm not even going to go to Facebook until somebody rectifies.
Graham needs love and validation.
We've got 2 hearts compared to 4 likes so far. You've licked it. You've liked it. Where's the heart from? Where's the heart from, Raggy?
I shared it.
Well, that's important on
I
Facebook.
licked it. I wondered what you were talking about then. Raxum Vorkin says, I speak American. That's like English light, isn't it? It's like English for dummies, you know? It really is. Let's take some letters out because...
I tell you what though, you know, in terms of speaking American, I've been getting a bit annoyed about free speech recently, which I know we're going to cover later, but this isn't encroaching on it. And I've been really digging their attitude at the moment because I've been struggling with they.
Shit, no, I'm putting that back on. I can't fucking see a thing.
I've been struggling with the whole they them thing, and America. You know, I'm more than happy to slag off America, but it's the one place that's actually genuinely protecting free speech at the moment in that respect.
Well,
and
it's enshrined, isn't it, free speech in America?
Yeah, but it's usually a blanket thing, so that it's we don't necessarily need it to be written the way it is because we're protected anyway. It's just semantics, you know. But
Excuse me.
But yeah, the whole sort of being able to be prosecuted because you don't say "zer" or "mix" or things like that.
Say what?
You know, the chosen pronouns and stuff.
Zer. It's not even a fucking word.
Well, exactly. But we're getting to the point now where you
hang on. So just let me get. I think this is to do with Canada, isn't it? In Canada where they've banned you not misgendering people or something.
Yeah.
Zer.
Yeah. But the...
So let me get this straight. I need some help here. No, seriously, I need some fucking help. No, I'm getting angry now.
Well, yeah. Well, so do I.
So some bored middle-class little twat that's decided they're neither male nor female, identify as nothing, don't like Mother's Day, didn't have a mother, they had a carer. Now they can make up words that I have to address them as.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
The way it's
well, do you know what?
yeah.
They're going to be addressed as cunt.
That'll do.
And I realise that's quite gender specific. But they're going to have to just suck it up until I can get put in prison for it. Yeah. Sir, oh, would you refer to me as sir? No, I won't, you cunt. You're a cunt. That's why you... Sir! Mixed. What the fuck's mixed?
Well, at one point when all this was kicking off, MX was suggested as a solution to the
final solution
to the gender neutral. It was it was one of the original ones that was suggested is rather than Mr. or Mrs. or whatever. And I actually thought it was a reasonable idea, but then it went off.
It's not a reasonable idea. It's a stupid idea.
Well,
if someone says I don't identify as either gender, you should just go home.
All right.
Go home. Have a nice warm bath. Look in the mirror and have a fucking word with yourself.
But the thing is, though, I mean, I was personally, I was okay with MX. I was like, if it solves the problem and we all get on as a species, whatever, that's what we do. But now it's gone off into all these 70 or so different things, and more added every day. And you're supposed to know moment to moment, or you're supposed to call someone. Now, without the difficulties of that, as it is, I really worry about the fact that you being prosecuted for calling someone a cunt within that context.
Good.
I don't think that should be okay.
No, but if they're going to do it, prosecute me. Fuck them.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with standing up in court? You refer to this person as a C word. Well, they're a cunt, Your Honour.
Yeah.
Clearly they're a cunt. I've not said cunt on over the air for a few days. Let me just enjoy it again, all right? Gold-plated, nailed on, 24-carat, hairy, bastarding cunts. That's what they are. MX. Fuck off.
So here's the thing, right?
If it looks like a man, I'm going to call it Mister. If it looks like a woman, it's Mrs. or lady or woman. I'm not calling it Miss.
Yes, yeah, and I accept that, and I completely.
Well, they're going to have to accept it too.
Completely understand that point of view. It's this thing at the moment. What I'm really struggling with is that cliche of the I defend to death your right to say it. And I think it's just an empty fucking thing for most people. I don't think they genuinely do give a shit about it.
Well, no, I mean, I'll come to this after, but in that mini podcast I did about Count Dankula, the people that scream about this on there, everyone's been pushed to these extremes on the left and the right. They scream about it, but they also want everyone else to be shut up. And the people on the right are as equally as guilty as the ones on the left. And it's the extremes. It's not the ordinary, healthy, good people like we have here in Troll Central. It's the extreme people. But anyway, we'll get to that. I think it's time we kick off about Count Dankula. There he is. We've got a picture of Count Dankula. There we go. Look at that. What a fine, upstanding specimen here. But he's got a great fucking job. What do you reckon? Brain surgeon? Doctor? Anyway, seems like a decent bloke, actually, to be honest. His name's Mark Meechan. Oh, Meechan, I'm not sure. Meechan sounds good. He's from Lanarkshire in Scotland. He's a 30-year-old vlogger, and he describes himself as just a shit poster. Okay? He just has fun on the internet. You know, he just enjoys life. He's been found guilty. I'm sure you all know about this, but you're contractually obliged to read all this out. He's been found guilty of posting grossly offensive content. Now, I'm awkward with these internet laws anyway, and perhaps we'll link you later to the podcast where I talk about the actual word of law. I go through the word of law in it and how despicably grey that is at the best of times. But here's what he posted. We'll get to the context in a bit. Essentially, it was his girlfriend's pug there. Look at that pug. I love pugs. Love pugs. Girlfriend's pug. He wanted to teach it to do the Nazi salute when he said things like gas the Jews. Or kill the Jews. Kill the Jews. Gas the Jews. Gas the Jews. And there you go. So what's happened is, of course, I heard a guy talking about on the radio saying, well, it's clearly disgusting, it's an incitement to hatred, it's encouraging violence against people, wah, 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 wah. And then this overweight Irishman who doesn't like to be called overweight Irishman, called Eamon Holmes, who was hosting the show, who is actually overweight, but he doesn't like it. You're not allowed to say it. I think he actually tries to get people shut down for saying, well, he's fat, he's fucking fat, what can you do? He's fat. I couldn't say whether he's a cunt or not, that's you. He might be a really nice guy. I don't know, he might finger dogs. I don't know. But regardless, this guy was saying it was this, and the radio presenter was agreeing with it, because if you take it out of context like that, this guy just kept saying gas the Jews 23 times in his video, you think, bit of a dick. I mean, I'm not sure I agree with prison, but, But there's context to do here. You see, it was just a joke. It's just a joke. His girlfriend was always going on about how cute and beautiful her pug was. How cute he is, how amazing he is. He's wonderfully cute. Cutest dog ever. They are, though, aren't they? Look at them. Look at those little eyes. Oh. Got 2 pugs. Wish I still had 4. Beautiful dogs. Anyway, we'll talk about pugs later. So, what he said he wanted to do, I'm going to paraphrase a little, is this dog that could do no wrong was beautifully cute. He wanted to turn it into the worst thing imaginable. The worst thing imaginable, which is a Nazi. That's what he said. The worst thing imaginable, a Nazi. Therefore, setting out his stall that in his opinion, Nazis are the most despicable fucking things he could think of at that time. So he taught the dog, when he said gas the Jews, dog went like that. That's it. If he said Sieg Heil, dog went like that. Yeah, like that. There's a pro. There's a pro. Video went viral. Do you know there was not one complaint from the general public? Not one. Not one. It was the police. The police decided to raise this complaint. People only complained after they were told it was bad. For that, hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people watched it. Nobody complained. Because it was a joke. Joke! You might think it's a good joke. You might think it's a shit joke. Humour is very subjective. Comedy is incredibly subjective. But he was told, this is amazing, the prosecution can decide what the context is. Not you, not the viewer, the prosecution. And despite him saying Nazis are the most despicable things he could think of, and despite it clearly being a fucking joke, and in no way an order or request of people to gas the Jews, he's been found guilty. He's been found guilty. Now, like I say, I will try and link the podcast, because the word of law in this is really strange. It's really very awkward and contradictory, very complex in a way, because there's no way around it. At one point you think excuse me, at one point you think, well, that makes perfect sense. Then they do the opposite, so yeah, he could be sentenced. What happened is he didn't get a jury. He was tried without a jury. The judge will decide if he's going to get a custodial sentence and how long that sentence will be, probably within tariffs laid out by the Home Secretary. It could be that he's just got to wear a bit of an ASBO ankle bracelet for a while. But you know what? I really feel for this guy. I might not have laughed my tits off at it, but it was just a joke. This is a general chilling of freedom of speech that we're seeing quite a lot. You know, I mean, we're not talking about, because I know some people will jump in, oh, you're a hypocrite, you ban things on Lively. It's a fucking website, guys. It's a website. No one website should cater for everybody. If you want to use racial slurs, there's websites you can do that. If you want to watch certain types of video, LiveLeak's cool for that. You want to hang out with certain people, LiveLeak's cool for that. You can do all these different things in different places. If you cop a ban from a website, not the end of the world. You can make another account, find another website. It's not a problem. I know some people get very emotional about it. Whilst telling me how fucking cook-like I am, but they spend 3 months crying they copped a ban. It's a ban on a website. Doesn't mean a fucking thing. Okay? In the context of this, he could be sent to prison. Prison is a big thing. That's a record. That's some serious shit. You know, unlike America, he probably won't be buggered relentlessly in prison, because I know you American chaps, as soon as you're incarcerated, you love it. But that won't happen to him. But he shouldn't lose a moment's liberty. This should never have gotten to court. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, you see what's happening in Canada now. I saw a guy dragged through court for fucking disagreeing with a feminist. He just disagreed on a few posts. She had him up for harassment, and I'm pretty sure he fucking lost. And the states aren't going to be immune to this. There's ways around everything. This is a chilling of freedom of speech, and this is worrying. You know? This is worrying because we're taking legal action because people are offended. Okay? This isn't like, you know, you go and do a drawing of Muhammad and put it on a website and some fucking mentalist will kill you for it. This isn't that. These are our governments taking legal action on behalf of people being a bit butthurt. Okay? It's now saying you can't make jokes about the Holocaust. You can. You can't make negative remarks about religions. You fucking can. I was told just the other day, when I am sick and tired of being told I have to respect a religion. You know? I respect people's right to worship whatever they please. None of my business. If you do that, that's your thing. Whatever gets you through the day, if it makes you happy, that's fantastic. But how the fucking dare you tell me I have to respect your religion? Fuck your gods. Fuck your lack of gods. Fuck your books written by fucking Bronze Age control freaks. Fuck them all. I was then told I was worse than an animal because I wouldn't respect religion. I've also been told I should be killed because I don't respect religion. But I'm concerned that we're going to end up seeing a return of the blasphemy laws. Now, this goes back to the Tony Blair government. They were sniffing around this idea. Blasphemy laws. Blasphemy laws. Laws protecting an imaginary sky genie. Laws protecting being offended. It's like with LL, again, I've got to talk about Live Leaks, it's my base of experience. You're very politically correct. Yeah. Yeah. On a website where you can pretty much voice any opinion, there's only certain words that are fucking banned just because they make life harder for us, and they have a snowball effect on a website, and that's what you end up with. Like it or not, you can pretend to argue me all you want. Most of the people that argue with me have never even run a fucking blog. Okay? It's how it is, so we choose not to. But on this website where you can be left, right, there have been no purges on Live Leak of political ideals. We don't do that. Where you can see videos of being beaten to death with fucking hammers, knives, cars, fucking some kind of weird... Watched a video say some kind of weird fucking temple wagon rolled over somebody. That's not political correctness. Political correctness is where you can get sent to fucking prison for saying something about something that's just completely fucking inconsequential. And yeah, and I mentioned this on the podcast, I think it's important to bring up. I've seen a lot of people saying, free Count Dankula, he's not been put in prison yet. So I went to have a look at a few of the profiles on Twitter, just to see, and I only picked like 5 or 10, just to go through them. And some of them, I believe, they're like, no, fuck you, freedom of speech. No, fuck off, don't care. It's freedom of speech. You should be able to make jokes about anything you fucking want. Nothing is off limit for jokes. Nothing. Nothing ever should be. Nothing ever can be. It mustn't be. But some of the profiles I looked at made me realise that had he taught his pug to do a happy little dance if he said hang the blacks, or do a mock prayer bow if he said fuck the muzzies, I got the impression they'd be really offended. And I've said this before, and people have mocked me for it's true, anti-Semitism gets a bit more of a pass. It's getting less because they've got all the fucking pressure groups now like everybody else, so you can't say fucking anything without everyone screaming anti-Semitism at you. So it's selective outrage, and Count Dankula, as I spoke with Graham about this, as a happy dog when I watched him chat about it. The guy's now a political football game, kicked to fuck. They made an example out of somebody that doesn't deserve to be made an example out of. And I, for one, think it's absolutely fucking ridiculous that for a joke, you get sent to prison. I mean, Hitler jokes. There's one. Making light of Hitler. Wasn't there that episode of, was it the TV series Preacher? They humanized Hitler. There was a lot of trouble for that. How dare you?
I was begging you to watch that one. I was like, please keep watching it because I wanted you to get to all that.
It's brilliant.
Because you genuinely sympathise with Hitler. For real.
And that's very clever. Because he's a hard guy to sympathise with. Unless, you're one of these fucking people that's terrified of Jews, which we probably have a few in there already. So yeah, what happens now to comedians? What happens? I've got a feeling they won't go after the big comedians because it's also their way of saying, no, they're show people, they're millionaires, that's all right. But you shitty little people, oh, we can fucking get you. 30-year-old vlogger from Scotland. Makes videos for a bit of fun, Self-confessed shit poster. Face prison. It's fucking terrifying, this, Graham. It's terrifying.
I think, though, for all the fuss and all that, I mean, what is he looking at? A maximum 6 months? I don't think he'll get that. But
Right, maximum of a year.
Was it a year? But either way,
He shouldn't do half an hour.
he shouldn't. But he's going to do very well out of all this, I think.
Oh, aye.
Well, he's got like Paul Joseph Watson
Yeah.
and Tommy Robinson on side naturally. I don't know that they're the best people for him to associate with, but whatever. His business, his life. Probably get a book out of it.
He might find himself slicing off a bit of his soul in the meantime, but he's probably going to do all right.
Not a bad life.
No, but he's still. Yeah, I agree with you. It shouldn't be happening. As soon as we start drawing these lines are movable, and it's like.
I mean, there is a difference, okay? When you see people online saying, I believe there's a Jewish conspiracy ruling the world. People want to outlaw that. And I'm like, well, that'd be so fucking ridiculous. When people cross that line with, I believe there's this Jewish conspiracy, and I'll throw a few racial slurs in, and we should all go out now and beat them to death with baseball bats, you have to start looking at the context quite seriously, because there could be someone that's going to go and beat people to death with baseball bats. Words have consequences.
Yeah.
The Pizzagate bullshit about the kids being raped in the basement of a pizza shop that's never had a basement nearly got someone killed.
Yeah.
The guy went there with a fucking gun to find out the truth.
But here's the thing, though: those lines of consequences are other laws that you're breaking.
Yes.
You know, if you're inciting violence, that is a law in itself.
But that's going to start being. I predict with my fucking crystal ball that the goalposts are going to be shifted there.
Yeah.
That more and more is going to be taken, because that's what a guy said on the radio about when he was saying gas the Jews to his fucking pug. To his pug. That's incitement. This guy was deadly serious, and Eamon, Fat Jolly Irishman Holmes, was agreeing with him. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, because the problem, if we lose that, if we lose the side of it that's offensive, then we risk losing the side of it that we use to educate one another and challenge one another, and it's really fucking hard to draw that line between, you know, what makes us grow as a species. Free speech is so fucking important, so important. And
comedy.
We start chipping away at it. It's fucking gone so quickly, and it's,
it doesn't come back either.
And it's happened. It's happened many times in the past. And
it's happening right fucking now.
And I know we've got people like, this is the end of humanity. No. But things might get shit really bad before they will get better again. Of course they will, because it's a breaking point. But
everything's cyclical, isn't it?
Yeah,
everything's cyclical. We got someone here, Bullshit Eater. His story could be a lesson to some of these nutty live leakers. What nutty live leakers, Bullshit Eater? I know you're going to get this in about a minute, so I've moved on. But tell me, what nutty live leakers? What are the nutty ones? People that tell jokes about Hitler, about Muslims, about Buddhists, about atheists? Or do you mean more serious, racially confused people who are just terrified of finding Jews under the bed when they go to sleep?
Here we go, though. LB for summed it up there. Sometimes just presenting a challenge, it's gone now, but presenting the challenging opinion can be offensive to someone that thinks...
And it should be!
Yeah, and it should be.
You've got to offend people. It's fucking important that people are offended. Otherwise, they're never challenged. Otherwise, you can't grow. You have to be challenged. And we're seeing this in universities across the land with all this closing down of people like Sargon of Akkad as a Nazi. He's clearly not a fucking Nazi.
You need to get them up there. You need to get them up there and challenge them properly.
Well, I say they won't. Shut it down.
Make
it go away. I get it on Live Leak all the time. Why don't you ban all the racists? Well, what will that do? Will that stop racism? It won't. It'll empower it. Because they're under attack. So they say, yeah, but then I won't have to see it. Oh, you poor fucking baby. Do you have to see the bad things?
Here's the thing for me at the moment. I've been, because obviously my kid's getting a bit more independent now, and it means I can sort of sneak away in the evenings. Obviously, it's why we've been doing as much as we have. But I've been looking for talks and discussions recently, and I've been signing up for newsletters, like People's History Museum and things like that, because I want to sit there. I want to sit there and be challenged and hear things that I don't. But I've been really, really frustrated in that a lot of the stuff I've been finding has been very, very one-sided.
Yeah.
And it's just been, and it's stuff that I want to hear about, and it's gender issues, equality, race, stereotypes, everything. I want to hear about this, and I want to learn about it, and I want to hear things that I've not thought before, so I can get somewhere. But the things that I'm seeing when I search the names of the people, it's just a circle jerk. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I've been finding it really frustrating recently, because the free speech stuff has just been a load of right wingers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to see those. I want to see those sort of like extreme right. I want to see them, but I want to see them matched with their intellectual equivalent on the left and in the centre. And I want to see someone who really fucking knows his shit moderating it.
Yeah.
And that's what I know.
You don't see that though, because that's not what people want now, is it? They just want the opinion they already agree with.
Yeah, and everyone
to validate their
and,
beliefs.
Yeah, I don't want that. I genuinely want shit in my face that I don't agree with, and I want it reasoned, and I want to sit there and understand where they're coming from, because that's the only way we can grow. That's the only way we can get on without all this. Fuck you fucking Nazi. You know, that's not getting us anywhere, man.
Well, that's the other ironic thing, isn't it? A lot of the people supporting this decision against him throw that word around like it means nothing.
Yeah.
Throw it around like it's like racist. That word is fast losing any meaning.
Oh yeah.
Because it's thrown at you constantly, you know?
Yeah, I mean...
Was that show where I said something about fucking pikeys? Sorry, travellers. You're racist. Am I a racist? Well, we're recognised as a race. I'd keep that quiet if I were you. Why? Well, Ireland's not that big, and if you're saying you're a specific gene pool within that small gene pool, well, that'd explain the random theft and violence, wouldn't it? They're just, you know... But all of a sudden, I'm racist.
But here's the thing: they've got the right to that opinion. They've got a right to voice that opinion. You've got the right to fucking say no.
No, I should be shut down as a racist.
It's
Do you want to refresh that webpage for us and then pause the video player though, because we'll get a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Uncle Graham to do it. Cherry just panicked a little there.
Not been promoted to that.
Have you not been trained?
No.
Don't worry.
I just turn up and smile.
Yeah, you see, sometimes it has to go a little bit quiet. See, I mean, what we're seeing though, and I genuinely believe this. I said this when we did the Tuesday night podcast.
Yeah.
And it sounds kind of conspiratorial, but we can see people being pushed further to each side, the middle ground being eroded, which is where freedom of speech naturally exists, because the middle ground will listen. And that enables everybody to have a voice. But also, if you look online, how it's being moulded, the massive popularity of whataboutery now is unbelievable. And a lot of the guys using that, guy lost his shit with me today. He got a bit cross when I accused him of using a Russian technique to avoid answering a point. Well, that's not true, because I'm anti-Russian. Well, it's a shame, because you use their fucking techniques. Whataboutery is famously a Russian technique for dealing with those sort of things. You don't answer, you accuse. You counter-accuse. It's better than an answer, because it puts the other people on a defensive. Nothing ever gets resolved. Everyone's pushed into this team shit of like, you know, I voted for Trump because I couldn't vote for Hillary. Fair enough. But now I can't hear anything negative about Trump. And vice versa. I voted for Hillary. Therefore, the country was stolen from us by Trump, and any criticism of Hillary must be met with an accusation about Trump. You'll see that everywhere. And I do believe, predominantly, subconsciously, I guess, conversation is being moulded and shaped to a point where people won't be able to agree on fucking anything. And that makes us very pliant, doesn't it? It makes us very easy to just ignore, brush aside, you know, just play to. Look how Trump plays the peanut gallery. Yeah, was he threatening? He said was it Joe Biden that said when they were younger he'd have knocked him the fuck out? And now Trump's come back with, I'd put you down and you'd be crying. Fuck's sake. Leader of the fucking free world, dude. Don't you? This is trash talk. But it plays to his core and they fucking love it. And they ignore other shit. Hillary people, that's fucking beggar belief. Beggar belief that they think she'd be in any way better than Trump in power. She'd just speak better. That's all. We got any emails, Cherry?
Yeah, nothing important. Just someone asking.
Disrespect them from the off.
Yeah, fuck them. No, someone, Dennis on Gorilla Mail asking for advice on the sexuality. That's about it. Because they like using a dildo.
Fill your boots or your ass. Whatever does it for you, dude.
Whether Dennis is a girl or a boy, I don't know.
I think it's a boy. I'm going to gender him.
You're going to gender him.
Or maybe it's a mix. I hate you for even putting that in my head. I do.
I thought mix as it when it was just that was getting floated about.
Don't put me off, yeah.
I thought it was a reasonable.
Don't do it.
Don't try and shame me. I'm not
Don't
gonna.
do it.
No, but we do need a solution to this issue. Of course we do.
Do you know what the solution is?
Go on.
Crack on, dickheads.
Yeah.
Just you call yourselves whatever you like. People will naturally see if you are a man or a woman, and occasionally mistakes will happen. But how can they identify you as non-binary? You can't. So it makes it pointless.
Yeah, no,
It's a pointless endeavour.
I appreciate that.
It's fucking shit. But use it amongst yourselves if it makes you happy. You can call each other whatever the fuck you like. Don't demand everyone else plays your fucking game.
Bob Stew on YouTube has said, what if the pug was just a raging Nazi all this time and had brainwashed Dankula into submission?
You might be onto something there, but as an owner of pugs, I say that's actually feasible.
Yeah. Thought-provoking.
Well, we're on the phone. Everything stops when your pugs wants to do something. No, gone.
Yeah, everything stops for the animals, that's for sure.
Simon's also saying YouTube stream notifications don't work. But I can say that's been a bit of an issue across YouTube recently. That's been quite a big thing, so please don't blame Hayden.
I can't affect YouTube. The best I can manage is being banned from streaming. That's all I can do on YouTube.
Facebook are severely letting me down this week.
Being very quiet this week.
Yeah. Well, apparently hearts have to be earned.
Who said that? How much harder do we have to work for you fucking people?
It's Lars, and I give him a heart for saying it, but with no heart back.
Oh.
We've got Steve saying Count Wankiller, very good. We've got Jane.
Damned with faint praise there, sir.
Jane saying hope to see you on the 31st at the shop.
Oh, is that?
Yes,
okay.
I've not forgotten. I've got it on my calendar at home. I've no idea what's going to happen by the 31st, but yes, if I can, I'll be there.
I might be to that.
There you go.
Stephen's got a good point. What about Boris Johnson comparing Putin to Hitler?
Min.
Which is... but surely that's offensive, though, in the same... You know, I mean, that's... It
is. I imagine Hitler feels really fucking aggrieved by that, to be honest with you.
Ron has said trigger warning for the win. There we go, with an exclamation mark. Empire is going down. I don't know what that one means. Just very excited. In terms of the hearts, we've got Dave, James and Lynn so far. It's embarrassing. We're not clocking up the likes, but no hearts this week. I'm really
it's obviously a bit more butch this week.
Gets me through the week knowing that's coming though.
I don't know.
Disgraceful.
Oh well.
Somebody said they want to Skype call him. G.I. Joe says YouTube is so full of shit they do not know where to put it. They do. They promote it to my fucking page. Although now my page is, when I go to YouTube, my recommendations are just full of fail army, car crashes, and they must know me quite well now. Musical equipment and stuff, and more car crashes, and occasionally just people falling over. So yeah, it's not, you know, YouTube's a great service. It is. It's, you know, I do have issue. I mean, I believe every company should run their company as they see fit, and that includes the bakers that don't want to bake cakes for gay weddings. I think that should be their right. There are plenty of other bakers. You know, how dare you force your views on me by not making my cake? How dare you force your views on them by forcing them to make you a cake? Why don't you just find another baker? Why don't you say, oh, you horrible twat, I'm going somewhere else. And you go, yeah, you do that, and then it's finished. No, we need court cases and compensation. Butthurt. But by the same token, what doesn't sit well with me is this, and you know, it's kind of blatant. There's a lot of stuff out there that's incredibly hateful in a toxic, damaging way. And a lot of it does come from the right. There's no escaping that. And those channels are still out there, and it's there. But you know, there's a lot. I mean, it's still the right, I suppose, but there's a lot of toxic, hateful, threatening material from extremist Muslims online, especially on Twitter. Twitter's fucking rammed with it. There's hate from all these people, but it does feel a little like the purges that are happening seem to be happening to conservative voices, rightly or wrongly, in some cases well deserved, don't get me wrong, and conspiracy voices. which would be their business, but I'd like to see that applied across the board. I mean, it's never easy. Consistency is very difficult. I understand that. And sometimes the handful of problem accounts you see might all be of one opinion, and then everyone's screaming that you're only after them. They don't see the other people that you have to get rid of and things of that nature. But these big public purges and defunds and things like that, I'm very uncomfortable with. Now, it's their business. I can just stop using a platform, as Trigger Warning is at some point in the near future going to stop using Facebook completely, altogether. Probably YouTube next time we cop a ban as well, which is fine though, because I know where we're supposed to be. There's no two ways about that. But I'm very uncomfortable with these purges, and this is all part of the same problem. It stinks of appeasement. And then you get Jack from Twitter putting videos out about we need more healing. Not really, mate. Just, stop making decisions that alienate one group of people. Because all that happens is they move to their own platform like Gab.ai, and then you've got another bubble. And then, some people might go to BitChute, and, that's got a lot of stuff on there, but there is a very strong contingent. It gives a certain feel, because they're not allowed to voice their opinion on YouTube, and they end up mixing with people with much more extreme opinions, and you kind of get lumped in. Part of me loves the idea that centralization might have a blow delivered to it by all of this, and people will go to smaller sites and create their own sites. That's what I'd love to see more of. I'd dearly love to see that. But right now, the big guys, it's their game. They own it, and they're hurting a lot of people and sowing a lot of mistrust and distrust, and that's before you get to the Cambridge Analytica shit, Right. Lol Banana Fuck says, please can we have a Skype call? Do you want to Skype in? Lol Banana Fuck? Or are you just asking somebody else to Skype in? I'm not sure. You look like you're having a lot of fun, Cherry. What are you looking at that I can't see? Is it better?
I'm just reading that. I'm on a level tonight. It's strange. Rare.
Any emails?
No.
Not one?
No.
It's on the screen the whole time. They just take. They just take, Graham.
They do. They do. Do you want some good news though?
Yeah.
Shitload of hearts, man. A lot of ladies too.
A lot of ladies. That's Team Graham and Team Cherry bringing the ladies.
Alice, Mark.
Whereas my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Well, yeah, you've got Ian, Graham, David, and James there. Lynn's there for me, obviously, and Eloise.
Alice.
Alice as well is not just hearted. I think she's done the hearts on the comments as well. And I've pinned it. So anyone coming on the Facebook, they're guaranteed to see that right now.
Team Dilf.
By the way, I've noticed Gameface.
Yeah.
They're trying to start a bit of beef with Trigger Warning. You better tell your kale-eating, bicycle-riding, can't go near a fucking school mixes. I can't say boys, girls, them, it's. They're fucking with the wrong people.
Is that right? You want to fuck with Gameface? You want to come here and do that, do you?
I will totally.
Is that what you want to do?
I will totally plough their entire fucking field.
Yeah.
Just the whole of Gameface versus me.
Really?
Yeah.
All of us.
All of them. All of them. And I know exactly which member of your team I'll go for first.
You're writing checks, man. You're writing checks.
What are you going to do? You're going to have Steve show his vegetarian dinner to me.
Making big
Which,
mistakes.
incidentally,
mistakes.
Looks like he fucking found it at the bottom of a compost bin.
Hey, no. I reckon our Ryan's a bit of a goer. I reckon he'd
Ryan?
Yeah, you don't know, do you? You don't know.
Does he do chiptune?
You wouldn't even see him. No, he's a programmer dude.
Oh, you brought him here, haven't you?
No.
Got a couple of earrings in and shit.
No, I don't think I have brought him here, no.
He's probably got a couple of earrings in though, hasn't he?
I don't know.
Bet he has, hasn't he?
I don't know.
Bet he has.
What's wrong with earrings?
Anyway, all upon this Gameface beef, every single one of those comments was me. So if you want a beef, you can.
I
beef
take
with
it
me.
with all of you.
Take it with all of us.
Fucking all of you, come on.
I just as I'm commenting, I notice it still says Gameface on my personal post. and in any other situation, I go whoops and change to Graham.
Not in this one, though.
Because we have a sort of professional. But when it comes to trying to get Trigger Warning banned I do it as game face every time. Fuck you, ban this filth.
I love that. Yeah, ban this filth from people that do chiptune. It's like a fucking paedophile factory. No.
Greg's,
And I mean that with the greatest respect.
Greg's message saying I'm too scared to Skype. I don't want people to see my face.
Then don't go on camera and just use your voice.
Yeah, you can do it just the voice as well. You've also been asked, are you going to miss Shoe Nice?
Oh, has he left again?
I thought it was a psych.
I thought he was just taking the... I don't know. I know he's got his own website, but none of the videos work. I don't know. I still remember his last leaving video that fucking cracked me up. And someone posted again today, and he's like, all you care about on Live Leak is looking at dead bodies. Where's the humanity? This from the guy that ate dog shit. You know? I don't mind Shoe Nice. I don't really watch many of the videos. I get the impression that he could be a really funny guy. But I don't know. People like to watch him, and he doesn't seem to do any harm. But every once in a while, he has to lash out. Maybe he's been allowed back on YouTube again. I don't know.
I did like the last one where he goes, I own you. I did like that. I appreciate it.
I don't have a problem with Shoe Nice. I don't think about him very often, but I've never really interacted with him much, so I couldn't say.
We've got an email, man, if you want to grab it.
Fucking hell.
Yes. Avidlib. There are many things about the UK that confuse me. Having a Queen and a Prime Minister, having BBC police that search your resistance to see if you watch TV, to name a few. Yesterday, Ringo Starr was knighted. I always thought knights were mean, bloodthirsty warriors, not all drummers holding on to you by dyeing their hair.
You can buy a knighthood if you've got a lot of money. It doesn't mean fuck all anymore. You don't have to be a syphilis-ridden fucking aristocrat with servants to help you up onto your horse. These days, you have to be a syphilitic aristocrat with servants to help you on your horse with millions in the bank. I don't understand why we still have a monarchy. I'm completely fucking lost on that.
It's a weird one, though. If you look into the psychology of the way America treats its first family...
Oh, it's very much like a monarchy.
They attach,
and celebrities.
Yeah, they attach a monarchy thing there. Some people argue that we as a people, we kind of have a need for that kind of icon. You know what I mean? That thing that we look up to in that respect. And it's weird with us with it, having a monarchy and a prime minister. We treat our prime minister like the head admin.
Yeah.
They don't get revered the way a monarchy was. Whereas in the States, those two roles are sort of shoved together. And so we're not that different, man. We're not that different. It's just we just go a
it's
slightly
just our
different
queen
route.
is less embarrassing than yours.
But the way the Queen does it is the Queen almost never says anything about anything.
No.
They almost never.
A bit like Donald Trump in that respect.
Well, yeah, but
deniability.
the reason they don't voice an opinion on anything is so that people can just imprint that role model. Because the Queen to me is a role model. Only in the sense that I see her as being the number one gangster on the planet. She owns fucking everything. She could walk right into your house and just take shit, just knock shit over, and you'd have to fucking stand there like a bitch and take it.
And she could kill you.
She could just kill you like nothing. When she has these big parades and stuff, and people are clapping right next to her face, and she just sits there like... She doesn't even fucking acknowledge them. To me, I imprint that number one gangster thing onto her. But other people are like, oh, she's lovely, blah, blah, blah.
Lovely.
But they keep themselves as a blank slate. Whereas, which is why in America there's that sort of like, what is befitting of the House or the presidency? Is it presidential? Part of that is it's presidential is your president are they giving that royal vibe off or not enough? Are they giving something for you to look up to in the exact same way? So I know you might draw these lines, but you're not that different. And that's why Trump's been such a mindfuck. Because he's certainly the guy in charge and he fulfills that role, but he doesn't fulfill the royal role and the people
a lot of people
need.
like tradition though, don't they? They like all that crown, wigs, everything.
They like tradition and consistency and all the rest of it, and that's why no matter what someone's politics, they behave a certain way whilst they are in the White House. And that's the reason for it. It's not because they're dicks, it's because they're respecting the role and all the rest of it.
And the Queen got a Twitter as well.
Yeah, I don't think she uses it though.
You know what? I don't imagine the Queen gets on the shitter in the morning and just tweets out these diatribes about people. Or maybe she does. Maybe that account I follow and follows me, Johnny Brentford. Maybe that's the Queen. And if you ever go and look at Johnny Brentford, you'll realise how fucking cool it'd be if that was the Queen. He's a filthy motherfucker. Oh my word. He's a dirty bastard. It's fantastic.
Someone just pointed out, do we have the Queen in as a picture actually on here somewhere?
No.
Oh, right. So we just had a message saying, are you talking about the Queen that has her tits out in the background?
Shit. They're on to us, Graham. Yes, she's just behind Graham. There we go. I think it was actually a royalist that sent that in to us.
But there you go, though. You're that's you taking what you need of the Queen. You know what I mean? There is a genuine psychology behind that. There is genuine psychology behind that. It's not just I'm not just spurting random shite.
But in that case, it was just that Happy Dog sent me a funny picture.
Yeah.
And I thought, mint, we'll get
No,
that.
I know.
There's no psychology in it for me.
Not everything is a grand sweeping.
So when someone said to me, why is there a dildo on top of the TV? Why not?
In the context of the rest of the thing, that's a very odd question to answer, isn't it?
I know.
To ask, that's quite telling that you'd even ask about specifically the dildo. Like, you see it all and it's like, fine, go on in. Oh, good job, Aidan. The fuck is that there?
A cock. The Texas bomber, although there still has been, the TV's going to turn off in 296 seconds. But so's the show, I think, so we might be okay. The bomber from Texas was shot and killed, or he detonated his explosive device whilst being shot by SWAT. Not going to name him. Homeschooled fucking nutcase. Terrorist. My only issue is, I've got to be honest, why can't we call him a terrorist? He killed people, probably to further his political or ideological beliefs. He basically was a suicide bomber at the end. Guy's a fucking terrorist. Why do you think he's not a terrorist, just a misunderstood, confused, lonely boy, Graham?
He's a terrorist.
Boy, no.
Why might he not be?
He's not.
He's too damn white for that shit, man.
Homeschooled as well.
Yeah.
Best in the world.
I mean, but he is, though. He is a terrorist. I mean, I don't know why we're sort of picking fucking straws with this thing nowadays.
He's a terrorist. Plain
The Unabomber was a fucking terrorist, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before he sent a single letter, before he sent a single thing saying why and what. Because that's the thing now. Now we're like, oh, why? What were the motivations? It's like, no. If you're putting bombs on the fucking street, then
your motivation's quite straightforward. You're trying to fucking kill people. Other news from the States, of course, is that the White House are looking and trying to push through death penalty for drug dealers. And I had to have a think about this one for a minute, because I'm not pro death penalty. I don't support it. I don't think it works. I don't think it's reasonable. I don't think it's in any way positive for any society. However, you guys have it in some states. It's your business, whatever. Two things that bother me here. A lot of people die from drugs, far more than from being shot or anything, but a lot of people die from guns. But guns don't kill people, people kill people. So drugs don't kill people, so we're going to kill the people that sell us the drugs, but we're not going to kill the people that sell us the guns. And I just find this whole thing fucking despicable. Again, being played. I'm gonna kill the drug dealers. Sounds like that fucking lunatic down in the Philippines. Is it Duarte? He's fucking mental. Do you know how many innocent people have been slaughtered there just because somebody who had a fallout with a woman? Oh, and by the way, he's a fucking drug dealer. Fucking loads of them. I know it's not going to be like that in America, though. I know it's not. But death penalty for drug dealers, I can't quite get behind that one. Now, because we're getting near the end of the show, we've got to put inadequacy out even-handedly. Quick bit about Brexit. Don't want to bore you. Looks like we've agreed a transition phase of Brexit. Yes, when we Brexit, we're going to have a transition phase so we don't Brexit too Brexitly. And this transition phase will be 2 years, probably initially. And the wonderful deal, the UK government, best government in the fucking world, Graham, got the shit nailed down.
Yes, sir.
They've managed to agree a transitionary period which will make us worse off than we are now. That's right. The EU will still have all of the powers, all of the regulations, and we'll have none of the say. And some Remainers are quite happy about this because we get to stay in the club and they get to pretend that they're Europeans, denying their correct heritage of being British, which, as we know, is better. Okay? It just is. It's just a fact. You're going to have to live with it, especially if you're French. British government are so screwing the pooch. It's looking more and more like we're not going to get Brexit. It really, really is, which will make Graham very happy. It will. It will. I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, just because you're a leftist fucking coward. And you know, letting your daughter down for a future life. That's fine. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's your business. You vote how you see fit. I'm not very happy about it, but you know, I'll live with it. But yeah, the UK government, finger on the pulse. Finger on the pulse. Like accusing Russia of using a nerve agent before they've even had a blood test done. They've only just got permission to do the blood tests. Now, they publicly accused Russia over a week ago of doing it. Putin, they pointed at him specifically. I know they got previous, might have been them. I'm not saying it isn't, I'm not one of those conspiracy guys. But the British government, finest in the world, only beaten by our British police force, which, to be fair, has been decimated by the government in terms of funding. It's scandalous what we're doing to our police force. And I do believe that our police force was, at one time, for whatever problems it still had, one of the finest. It was a great police force. Didn't kill a lot of people. You know, had usual levels of corruption, but it was good. The British police have lost 500 sex offenders. Now, I've lost a lot of things in my life. Lost change. Lost keys. Always losing keys. Never lost a phone, but I've lost, you know, you lose things, don't you? Lost a Walkman. I've lost things. Even me, who can be quite scared, I start thinking about something else I want to do, everything else falls out of my head. I can be quite scatty. I don't think I mislay even one sex offender. I think I would make a little mental note, say, probably need to keep tabs on that one. I should probably remember where I left the sex offender. You know? Always a good idea. This includes rapists and paedophiles. Because our police force is being destroyed. And I do, again, it sounds very conspiratorial. I believe it's because we want to privatise more of that. As we spoke about, you know, like giving G4S, the security company, powers of arrest. Have you seen security guards? Those are the jobs people get when the people in the abattoir won't hire you. Alright? When they think you're too much of a shit human being to hit a pig in the fucking head, you go and be one of them. If you're watching this and work for that company and you don't think you're that and you're offended, you're that. Sorry. 500 sex offenders just gone missing. We've lost them. I don't know if they've checked down the back of the couch yet. But that's the first place they should look, isn't it? Or maybe near some schools. Or where vulnerable people are preyed upon by fucking rapists. 500 sex offenders. And I can't even blame the police. I actually can't blame the police.
No, I don't think you'd be right to blame the police in this instance.
No, their resources have been destroyed by successive governments now.
When I used to work in homelessness, I did it for years, and there was obviously because we had high risk people, and because I'm the flappy lefty hippie and everything, they all thought I was lovely and naive. Because they thought I was naive, I used to get the really bad ones because they were like, "Oh, bless him, he's trying," but they never fought, you know. So I used to deal with some proper nutcases, real dangerous people, and I had this 2-finger, you know, just a typical alarm thing. Shit goes down, you push the 2 fingers or whatever. Very rarely had to use it, but we used to test it, and over the years we noticed the response getting less and less and less and less.
Which was funny because when I worked in retail, which would have been before that,
yeah,
my 3rd day on the job, someone went, "That's the alarm button. If you press that, the police come." They came really quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously, I pressed it. Big red button.
Well, just before
they were really cross.
Just before I sacked it and finished it off, I was on the phone. I'm not sure how much I can go into, but someone was threatening to cut my throat, and it could be heard on the phone by the operator, and it was about 4 hours. And I just was like, I'm gonna go get a new job.
Yeah, it's for the best.
Yeah,
it's for the best. Because you could probably cut a throat quite effectively in 4 hours. You could really do some serious throat cutting in 4 hours.
Yeah, but I don't blame the police. I got no bad feelings against the police for that, because it's not on them.
Don't blame the people, blame the system. Everyone's trying to do the best.
Someone's just said on there, by the way, a very good point. Maybe you guys could learn from the US. I can go to multiple sites and see every sex offender in the country. Problem in the UK is, as soon as someone finds out who a sex offender is, or alleged sex offender, or might be a sex offender, or looks like a sex offender, a mob turns up full of people that are not really much better than sex offenders and kill them with bricks. So that might be one. I mean, that's that. If someone's mentioned the Rotherham case, we're going to talk about that. I think if someone reminds me, I want to talk about that on a future show. These well, let's call it what it is: Pakistani Muslim rape gangs. Now, people throw when I mention that, oh, you're racist. Look at these white rapists. There are a lot of white rapists. There are a lot of white paedophiles. Doesn't tend to be quite as organised on this sort of scale. So I think we will talk about that for sure, because I don't think we've really touched on that in Trigger Warning, and I think we should. I think that'd be important. The whole thing around why it gets a pass and what might be causing it, and is it tied to the religion, is it tied to the culture? We'll go through all that. I think that'd be quite a good one to do.
Well, you know what? It comes back to fucking free speech, man. It comes back to not being afraid to discuss things.
No, we got to do that. So we must make a note of that.
Not that was all of it, but that is certainly an element.
Okay, guys, we're at the end of the show. Crikey, that went fast. Okay. Oh God, I had this whole range of stuff I was supposed to tell you about, but we've run out of time as usual. Keep with us on LiveLeak on liveleak.com/c/trigger space warning. I'm on there as LL_Hayden. You can go to triggerwarning.tv where you can check out all the podcasts and everything else that's on there as well. I think we're going to put up a little piss take social media site in there as well. It's like the rules are be legal. I don't know, probably won't last long. But we're going to do that. But please do go and check out the podcasting and that nature. Every Tuesday night, Graham and I go live on Cogent Radio. You can get the app if you got Google. Go to the Google Play Store, search for Cogent Radio. No ads, no tracking. Doesn't give a fuck what your contact list is. Nothing. We go live at 10:30 p.m. UK time ish. For at least an hour, sometimes more if we forget to turn off the broadcast button. And that comes out as 2 podcasts throughout the week, and we do other little broadcasts as well. We've got this going out, we've got more coming as well. Please, if you dig it, let us know. It's always good to hear from you guys. And also, we do still rely on the support and generosity of our viewers to help us meet the ongoing running costs of Trigger Warning. And we're on Patreon, and there's a PayPal link on the website and things of that nature. And the last thing I wanted to mention, this week, I can't go into why, but it's been a fucking hell week. I have been through the ringer this week, so I've not been able to get it finished, but the merchandise for Trigger Warning, some other things, and merchandise for liveleak.com it's this far away, guys. It's this one half day. That's all I need. One clear half day, and you'll be able to buy LiveLeak merchandise, Trigger Warning merchandise, and anything else we dream up that I'm allowed to print on them. It'll be fulfilled from America and Europe, so the shipping shouldn't be too. Some prick with a hole in his exhaust outside there. The shipping shouldn't be too exorbitant. So that's all coming very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to you guys in Troll Central. I'm so glad Troll Central looks like it used to. It makes me so much happier. It really does. To LL Son who did that. I love that. Thanks to everyone that watched on the Book of Face, everyone that watched on YouTube, and anyone that's on Trigger Warning .tv/live. Thank you too. If there's any communications I missed, I'll try and get around to them later on, or more likely, because I did actually have 1 hour's sleep last night. Probably tomorrow. But thanks very much for watching. And G.I. Joe, you're a whiny bitch. Go fuck yourself. Take your opinion, stuff it up your ass with your full fist behind it. You fucking mad bastard. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.